it's also possible that the Lebanese government actually, because of the MOU, and then you can like have a 17-dimensional chess argument from Trump that the MOU, like Israel didn't like the MOU connecting Israel and Lebanon, but Lebanon didn't like the MOU connecting Iran and Lebanon, but Lebanon didn't like the MOU connecting Iran and Lebanon either. Like if Israel was to withdraw from southern Lebanon, then the Lebanese government would be in trouble with Hezbollah, which they don't want. They want Hezbollah gone. And I think it's possible that the prospect of Israel leaving because of the regime scared the Lebanese government, and with a bit more pressure, like, okay, fine, let's sign this thing. Let's keep you guys here because we do want you guys here to help us take care of Hezbollah. And so that's entirely possible that this is what happened and why they ended up signing now.
Okay, so here's a question. How much do you think the whole what do you think about President Trump coming out and saying like, hey, let's just get Jolani to fight Hezbollah instead of Israel? What do you think about that those recent comments?
So
President
I think we
Syria,
talked
al-Shara for people who no, okay.
Ahmed al-Shara. I think we talked about this last live stream. It was we talked about Trump's comments. It was
but now with the new updates, what do you think about that?
I don't connect the two. I think Oh, actually, you know what? If we are doing the 11,000 D chess argument, then you could argue that this is Trump pressuring the government of Lebanon, saying, "Look, Israel can do this, or it can have ISIS do it. Which do you prefer?"
Right. So,
and
do you buy that 5D chess, or do you think that's just people who
I don't know. I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. It's
yeah. A lot of people are getting frustrated with trying to, they say like some people criticize these takes that like every time Trump does something that is not very intelligent, we come up with the 5D chess excuse that, oh, look, this is what led to that, and that's why it was actually genius. Do you think that? What do you think?
I think that if you want, I'm skeptical because I think it was just anger. For several reasons. One, a couple of days later, it said the Lebanese government doesn't want Jolani to do it either, in a way that implies that he didn't know this ahead of time. And so he backed off of that idea publicly before the signing of the MOU. So if you want to use it as a pressure point, you don't say, oh, no, never mind, they don't want it. The other thing is the comments were part of Israel is too brutal. Let's call ISIS in to do a better job. That was the context in which that was said. And that's the worst comment, the absolute worst comment you can make about Israel right now, especially since it's not true, as both Hegseth and Rubio came out and said, without explicitly saying Trump was wrong, but it's like, Hegseth said it ahead of time. He said Israel's response, the one that Trump was complaining about, was very restrained because we hit a specific floor with our missile. The building didn't fall. It was just the floor with the specific people we were targeting. And so when Trump says, look, someone goes in into a building, if it's Hezbollah, Hezbollah, and you can't drop the whole building. We know we're not dropping the whole building. We're just hitting a very very pointed missile in that specific floor. If we were to drop buildings, we would do what we always do, which is knock on the roof, which is you drop a noise bomb ahead of time, evacuating the building, and then you level the building. Usually you do it because there is a terrorist infrastructure in the building that would be hard to take care of otherwise. And that has always been, including in Gaza, the policy of the Israeli military. And so when Trump comes out and lies, because he's pissed that Netanyahu attacked in Beirut when he was just about to sign an MOU. We don't appreciate that. The point of the agreement, to clarify, is not that it should succeed. The point of the agreement is that we assume it's going to fail, and even if it fails, it's excellent because we got legitimacy to stay to stay in Lebanon by the Lebanese government. The Lebanese government is going to try to take care of Hezbollah. They're probably going to fail, but they're going to try, and we're going to give them a chance to do it. We've agreed on specific areas, plots of land where they would, as a pilot program, try to take them over and control them. If it succeeds, great, we can expand it. If it's not, then Israel is justified, according to the agreement with Lebanon, Israel is justified in going back to fighting. This is an agreement that is security-wise great for Israel, that the minister, the foreign minister of the EU, commended. She said, "Wow, that's a great agreement." And if you can get the EU and Israel to both be happy with an agreement, that means it's a really, really, really good agreement.
So it's a win-win for Israel. If Lebanon fails,
and for Lebanon,
then
and for Lebanon.
Okay. So it's good for Israel and whether the Lebanese army fails or wins, this is a good deal for Lebanon and Israel. If the Lebanese army succeeds, well, great. Like, you push back Hezbollah, but if they don't, now Israel has all their legitimacy and rights based on this agreement that everybody's like praising to go do whatever it needs to do.
Yes, and you can also better coordinate with the Lebanese government to do so.
Like, okay, so even if the Lebanese army fail, the coordination between them and Israel will continue based on this agreement.
Say that again.
So even if the Lebanese army fails against Hezbollah, the coordination between the Lebanese army and Israel and the IDF will continue.
Yes.
Okay. What are the dangers of this causing a civil war in Lebanon, like the 15-year civil war that we had before, the one that ended in the 1990? Like, because what we do, like, some people might criticize this and say, like, you just fucked Lebanon because the Shia community in Lebanon is not going to accept this, and they're going to turn against the rest of Lebanon, and this is going to just cause chaos in Lebanon, and that's what Israel wants anyways, to cause chaos in the country and just watch back and see everything burn.
So this is for the Lebanese government to decide, meaning they signed this agreement. I don't know if it's going to cause civil war. There is a fear within Lebanese society, and I think that was part of the apprehension. But this puts Lebanon on a road to prosperity, and right now Hezbollah is the weakest it has ever been, or not ever, but ever since it became the dominant force. And as a result, I mean, you have to do it at some point because the country is not in a sustainable state, and now would be the perfect time to do it. There is a risk of a civil war whenever you try to handle Hezbollah. Right now, that risk is minimal, like at the minimum of what it's been since Hezbollah became a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Hezbollah wasn't a problem before the civil war in Lebanon. Like, wasn't Hezbollah something that was created because of the civil war, like became strong because of the civil war in Lebanon? So even if Hezbollah is not, like, we could create a vacuum from this chaos that will create things like Hezbollah. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a huge population. It might be a minority, but there is still a lot of support for that mentality, for that ideology. Like, that is not going to go away in Lebanon. That's going to, a demand for resistance against Israel will continue to exist. You can't just like put that under the carpet by signing an agreement, right?
Right. that's a structural problem within Lebanese society. I think the difference is there used to be a minority of strong support for this without a majority being against it. Now there's a majority that's very much against it. So you can have people who really want this, fine. I mean, it's going to be a problem within Lebanese society, but there's no reason it should force the majority of Lebanese society to go in the absolute opposite direction of where they actually want to go.
Yeah, but it's still a big minority. It might be a minority, but it's still a huge minority that would want to keep fighting Israel.
Yes, and that's a structural problem. But that minority, I mean, security arrangements are something that is not difficult to do. It worked. It worked well enough in the West Bank under the PLO, and the PLO has less incentives to do it, and a much larger problematic population. Another thing is that if you have a buffer zone from the border, which I assume you're going to have regardless, it's going to be much harder for such people to do what they want. Let's say what's probably going to end up happening if this succeeds and you have peace is that you have the majority of Lebanese society being like chill with Israel, and sometimes you have um, Shia militias who try to destabilize things. I don't think they're going to be strong enough, especially not if the regime in Iran is not going to be able to provide them with the support that they need. The reason they became as strong as they have is because of the backing. If they're just people with extreme opinions, you can have many people with extreme opinions in many places. If they don't have the power to act on it, either internally or externally. Internally, because let's say the government would have a specific policy, and the only people with the weapons would be their military. Um, you're not going to be able to do much about it.
Isn't
Yeah.
isn't the fact that Iraq is also being taken over, taken away from the Islamic Republic, going to help with that? Because the fall of Assad removed the land bridge that the Islamic Republic had with the borders of Israel. So
Yes.
the Islamic Republic was
And
always trying
Lebanon.
to create a, yes,